Erik Thorvaldsson, better known as Erik the Red, remains a pivotal figure in the history of the North Atlantic, celebrated as the Viking who founded and initially populated Greenland. His life, largely pieced together from the Icelandic sagas and archaeological evidence, paints a picture of a complex man, a skilled explorer, a ruthless warrior, and a charismatic leader who skillfully marketed a harsh land into a promising settlement. Born in Norway around 25 years after the Viking invasion of England in 866, Erik's early life was steeped in familial drama and violence. His father, Thorvald Asvaldsson, was exiled from Norway for manslaughter, a common occurrence in the tumultuous Viking age, and fled to Iceland, a newly settled land, attracting those seeking refuge from societal pressures and blood feuds. Iceland, though offering a degree of freedom, was far from idyllic. Internal conflicts and land disputes were rampant, and the harsh environment presented constant challenges. Erik's upbringing in Iceland was marked by a similar pattern of violence and conflict. Following in his father's footsteps, Erik too found himself embroiled in disputes and ultimately faced exile. In 982, Erik was banished from Hakadalur, Iceland, for killing Eyjolf the White and his kin in a protracted blood feud, a consequence of a disagreement over the ownership of a disputed land. This exile proved to be a turning point, inadvertently setting the stage for his greatest achievement, the discovery and settlement of Greenland. Driven by the need to find new lands and escape the limitations of Iceland, Erik embarked on a voyage westward, guided by stories and rumors of a vast, uncharted landmass beyond the known boundaries of the North Atlantic. According to the sagas, he explored the southwest coast of Greenland for several years, meticulously mapping its fjords, identifying potential settlement locations, and assessing its resources. He named the land Greenland, likely an ironic moniker intended to attract settlers, suggesting a fertile and inviting land, despite its often harsh realities. Erik's marketing strategy was remarkably effective. He actively promoted Greenland as a land of opportunity, emphasizing its abundant hunting grounds and promising fertile land for farming. He strategically capitalized on the desire for land and escape from the overcrowding and conflicts in Iceland, effectively selling the dream of a new beginning. Upon his return to Iceland around 985, Erik rallied a substantial fleet of longships, estimated to consist of around 25 ships, each carrying settlers, livestock, and provisions for the arduous journey. The voyage to Greenland was a perilous undertaking, fraught with storms, icebergs, and the constant threat of starvation and disease. However, the allure of a new life, coupled with Erik's persuasive leadership, proved strong enough to overcome these challenges. Approximately 14 ships successfully made the crossing, though it is believed that several others were lost at sea. The settlers established their first settlements in what is now known as the southern and western fjords of Greenland, primarily focusing on areas with relatively mild climates and access to the sea. The most significant of these settlements was Brattahlid, Erik's own farmstead, which served as the central hub of the Greenland settlements. Erik was initially recognized as the leader of the settlers, a role he likely leveraged to consolidate his power and maintain order in the newly established colony. However, the Greenland settlements were not solely governed by Erik's authority. A degree of self-governance evolved, with local chieftains and assemblies playing a crucial role in decision-making. The settlers primarily subsisted through a combination of hunting, fishing, and limited agriculture, adapting to the harsh Greenland environment and relying heavily on the abundant marine life. Hunting seals, walruses, whales, and caribou became essential for procuring food, clothing, and materials for tools and construction. Limited agriculture was practiced, primarily focusing on raising livestock and cultivating hardy crops like barley and rye, though the short growing season and unpredictable weather presented significant challenges. The Greenland settlements thrived for several centuries, developing a distinct Norse culture that blended Scandinavian traditions with indigenous Inuit influences. They established trade networks with Europe, exchanging valuable resources like walrus ivory, furs, and polar bear skins for European goods. The Norse Greenlanders also constructed churches, demonstrating their commitment to Christianity, which had gradually spread to the colony. Archaeological evidence reveals a sophisticated society with a complex social structure, skilled craftsmanship, and a vibrant artistic tradition. However, the Greenland settlements ultimately faced decline and eventual abandonment around the 14th century, a process shrouded in mystery and fueled by a combination of factors. The Little Ice Age, a period of prolonged cooling, likely contributed to the decline, making agriculture more difficult and impacting hunting resources. Increased competition from European traders and the gradual shift in trade routes may have reduced the economic viability of the colony. The arrival of the Inuit, with their superior hunting skills and adapted technology, may have further strained the resources of the Norse Greenlanders. Ultimately, the isolation of the Greenland settlements, coupled with environmental and economic challenges, proved unsustainable, leading to the gradual disappearance of the Norse presence. Erik the Red, despite the eventual fate of his colony, remains a significant figure in history, remembered for his pioneering exploration and settlement of Greenland. His leadership and marketing acumen transformed a remote and forbidding land into a thriving Norse colony, leaving a lasting impact on the history of the North Atlantic. His legacy extends beyond the establishment of Greenland. He embodies the spirit of Viking exploration and the relentless human drive to conquer new frontiers. The sagas, while often embellished and subjective, provide invaluable insights into the life and times of Erik the Red, offering a glimpse into the challenges and triumphs of the early Norse settlers of Greenland. Archaeological findings continue to refine our understanding of the Greenland settlements, shedding light on their social structures, economic activities, and eventual decline. Erik's story serves as a reminder of the resilience of the human spirit, the adaptability of Norse culture, and the profound impact of exploration and settlement on the shaping of the world. The discovery and settlement of Greenland by Erik the Red marks a pivotal moment in Viking history, illustrating their ambition, skill, and ability to adapt to extreme environments. He was a man of contradictions, a ruthless warrior and a cunning entrepreneur, a man exiled for violence and a leader who forged a nation in a frozen land. His name, Erik the Red, has become synonymous with exploration, resilience, and the indomitable spirit of the Viking Age. The lasting impact of his actions reverberates through the historical record, solidifying his place among the most iconic figures of the Viking era. The fate of the Greenland colony serves as a cautionary tale about the fragility of even the most ambitious endeavors in the face of environmental and societal challenges. Despite its eventual demise, Erik's Greenland colony represented a remarkable achievement of human ingenuity and perseverance in a hostile environment. His story continues to captivate and inspire, offering a window into the world of the Vikings and their enduring legacy.